Welcome students. In today's class we will be learning how to solve CXC 2016 January paper. Now this is the first question. It says using calculator or otherwise find the exact value of 3.6 positive square root of 51.84. This is divided by 3.75. So foremost, this is step 1. Step 1, you find the value of root of 51.84. So put your calculator, you key in 51.84 and you type to this calculator. We need to start with square root of the symbol 51.84. This is the square root sign, right? You see that? And depending on what calculator you use, the operation might vary. In other words, in some calculators you have to key in the number first and then press the operator. Whereas in this calculator, just like the ones like this, the operator has to be first keyed in and then the number has to be pressed. And then you follow it up with the equal to sign. Well, we don't need this format. What we need is we need to get the real value. So you key in this operator, which you see here, and that is going to give you 7.2. So just go up here and write 7.2. That is first step. Now step number 2 is take the value 3.6 and add it with 7.2. So go to the calculator and key in 3.6. So addition operator is already there. And as I mentioned to you, we don't need in POQ form. We need it in fractional or decimal format. So 10.8 is the decimal form. So this is equal to 10.8. Now final step, step number 3. Hence you can use the word hence. 10.8 divided by 3.75, which is nothing but 10.8 divided by 3.75. You key in 10.8 and you divide by 3.75. What do you get? You're getting 2.88. So 2.88, and this is the required value. Okay, so that is the end of question number 1. So let's move to this next part of this question. Now this is the next question, part B. We have peanut butter 150 g is being sold for $2.4, and you have the another one and this is 400 g. This is being sold for 6.50. Now they are asking us to find which of these jars shown above is better buy. So for the first one, let me just take this. It's already given A and B. So cost of a jar is equal to $2.14. You know, or we know, $1 is equal to 100 cents. So convert this into cents. So 2.14 multiplied by 100 will give you 214 cents. So now we have got 150 g, or the weight of jar A is 150 g. So therefore the price of 1 gram is nothing but 214 cents. divided by 150. So you calculate 214 divided by 150. What do you get? You get 1.4267. You can write it as 7. So the cost of 1 gram of jar peanut butter is 1.427 cents. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to find the cost of 1 gram of this brand or this jar B. So the price of jar B is $6.50, which we convert to cents. So 6.50 times 100, 650 cents. So therefore the price or the cost of 1G of jar B is nothing but 650 divided by 400. So what do you do is you take the value 650 divided by 400, you get 1.625 cents. So you see here, if I take this as 2, 1.625. If I take this as 1, 1.427. Comparing, you can write it like this, comparing 1 and 2, you find that jar A, or you can write A jar, is much cheaper and hence a better buy. So this is assuming that both have the same quality. Okay, under that assumption, this is the answer. So jar A will be your solution. So let's move on to the next part. So this is the next part. It says Mr. Thomas invested $1498 at 6% simple interest SI per annum. So now we are expected to calculate the interest in dollars earned after 6 months. So what is the amount that is, this is called the principal. Okay, so we will write the data out first. This is 1498. Now the interest, it's called as R, rate of interest, that is 6%. Now you have to divide 6 by 100. If you had to divide 6 by 100, you will get 0.06. Okay, so next is the time. The time, it says 6 months, right? So 6 divided by 12, that's 1/2, which is 0.5 years. Okay, so we have to use all of this in our formula. So now we will have to substitute all of these. Okay, so the interest earned will be the principal multiplied with the rate of interest and with the time. So 1498 0.06 multiplied with 0.5. Now you are allowed to use calculator, so you go up to your calculator and you key in the values 1498, okay, multiply 0.06 times 0.5, so you get 44.94. So for 6 months, if you put in 1498 in your account, you will get $44.94. That's the solution. Now we have to move to the next part. The next part is asking us find the total amount in his account after what? After 3 years. So we have to first calculate the interest. So interest is nothing but principal times rate of interest, and this is the time. Now I know 1498, I know 0.06, the time is going to be 3 years. So 1498 times 0.06 times 3, what is that? 269.64. So $269.64. This is the amount earned, interest earned in what? In 3 years. But they're asking how much he has in his account. So total amount in Mr. Thomas's account is nothing but amount he invested plus interest earned. So what is the amount he invested? 1498. What is the interest he has earned? 269.64. So to this 1498 you add, and what do you get? You get 1767 total amount is equal to $1767.64. Okay, fine. Now let's move to the next question. So next question is asking us how long will it take to obtain an interest of what? $449.40, right? What is the time? Everything requires time, right? So money also needs time to multiply. So how do we do this? So we have to use interest is equal to principal times the rate times the time. Principal I know 1498, the interest I know 44940, the rate I know 0.06, but the time I do not know. So therefore time is equal to 449.40 divided by 1498.0.06. Now foremost 1498 multiplied 0.06, what is that? That gives me a value of 89.88, and you have 449.40. So 449.40 divided by 89.88, what do you get? 5. This is equal to 5. So time required to obtain that interest is equal to 5 Yes, always try to be explicitly expressive in your presentation. Okay, I know it will take some time, but you need to practice. Okay, practice writing faster. That's key, and also with efficiency. We move on to the next one. So this is question